as you get older and you start learning, you start to understand that hockey as a sport isn't extremely diverse. My greatest aspiration, I'd say, is to go to the NHL.
Hockey has always been a game of silver skates on white ice. And with few exceptions, the players have been white too.
A WQED documentary called Equity on Ice is shedding some light on the lack of diversity in the sport of hockey and a local program that's working to change that. Joining us now to talk about this is the co-producer of Equity on Ice. We have Beth Dolinar and manager of community hockey program for the Pittsburgh Penguins. We have Jaden Lindo. Thank you both for being here.
Thanks. Thank you for having us.
So talk about your experience, Jaden. I want to start here. In playing hockey, what it was like for you.
Yeah, there were definitely challenges. You know, I definitely recognized pretty early in my playing career how unique I was in the dressing room when my family went to the arena. And I had my challenges growing up playing hockey. And, you know, one of the things that I kind of told myself throughout my development of hockey was, you know, I had two goals. One was to make it to the NHL, and the second goal was to help leave the game in a better place than where I found it when I started playing.
Right.
So, you know, when I was presented the opportunity to come work for the Pittsburgh Penguins in this role, it was really exciting to be able to, you know, feel like I'm making an impact in the game in a positive way.
And I want to talk more about your role in just a minute, but let's talk about the documentary and being able to tell this story. Why did you feel like this topic was so important to address for both of you?
Well, the Willie O'Ree Academy was started in 2021, and it is unique because it doesn't start African American kids play hockey. These are players who already have been playing and training out in their club and their home teams. And so it was interesting to us that there was a way to put them all together on the ice so that they would have other people who look like them. And when we did the interviews and produced this, we heard over and over again, I love hockey, I love playing back on my school and club team, but I was the only one who looked like I do.
Right.
And it's named for Willie O'Ree, and who is considered the Jackie Robinson of hockey. He broke the color barrier in 1958.
And so tell me about working on this documentary, what this was like for you too.
It was awesome because, you know, I think the best thing about, you know, when we watched the documentary was seeing how the kids interact with each other, but also their unique experiences. One of the things that you know, the documentary did was it showed them at home, you know, with their families, and we got to see how much it really meant to them in a natural state. And you know, we definitely, you know, recognize the impact that it's had on these kids and their families. You know, it's a great opportunity that we've been able to provide to, you know, kids of color who play competitive hockey. Definitely thanks to our, you know, our sponsor, Dick's Sporting Goods. But to be able to provide this opportunity for the families to create that environment where the kids feel safe, feel like they belong in the dressing room, and get that social you know, aspect of being involved around players that look like them and coaches that look like them. It's definitely a unique experience that we want to bring, and we're happy to do so.
Jaden, talk about your role. You mentioned that a little bit ago. So tell me about making this change, making the difference.
Yeah, you know, hockey, you know, has had its challenges over the years in terms of culture and inclusivity within the game. There are a lot of barriers that prevent a lot of kids from participating in it. And, you know, my role with the Penguins is to help remove some of those barriers through the various programs that we, the Penguins, are providing to kids in the community in the Pittsburgh area.
Yeah. Beth, in working on this documentary, what was something that you found surprising or was unexpected that you learned?
A little detail is that there are girls and boys in the academy. Right. And we interviewed a young lady named Hannah Spradley, and it was remarkable, her talent on the ice. Yeah. And I think that there were 5 or 6 girls in the group, and so we were happy to see that. And also, I just think, as you know, as an interviewer, kids can be difficult to interview.
Oh, aren't they so? But sometimes.
And the co-producer, Dave Forstate, did a lot of the interviews with the children.
Here.
Yes, Dave, and he says hello, by the way.
Oh, good.
And these kids were great, and they were confident on the ice and confident in front of the cameras. And I think that if there's anything that makes this so interesting and watchable, it is that the children, not just hearing from them, but watching them on the ice.
Well, but isn't that part of it too? I mean, that's the thing that sports can do for us, is it can bring that confidence, that teamwork, working together. So to see the confidence on the ice, that's why this is so important, to be able to bring programs like this. right?
Yeah, for sure. And one of the other aspects of the program that we provide is different enrichment programs to help benefit them both on and off the ice.
Yeah.
So, part of the aspect is providing them access to opportunity to train on the ice, but we also provide, social impact, opportunities, career growth opportunities, sports nutrition, sports psychology, other things that can impact and benefit them both on and off the ice.
Are you starting to see a change? Are we starting to see improvement? I mean, you said when you wanted to change this from when you were on the ice and make it a better place.
Yeah,
now.
I think we're definitely, seeing change over the years.
Yeah.
It definitely is something that's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take a long way, but we're seeing a lot more action dedicated towards improving the game, improving the culture of the game.
Representation.
And representation. Right. And so those are things that we want to continue to see. And, one day we'll definitely get to a place where everyone can play in a safe environment.
And I'm telling you, we did a story earlier this year with girls wrestling. And I know hockey is like heading in that. We're starting to see more and more girls getting on the ice. And I love to hear that.
Yeah,
playing
it was
hockey.
great to see.
It's really cool. Thank you both for coming on today and talking about Equity on Ice.
Thank
you for having us.
And if you're interested in checking out Equity on Ice, we're going to have a link for you on our website, kdka.com/talkpittsburgh. Still to come on the show, a cookbook that brings neighbors together. We're trying out one recipe from the dozens chosen by people in Aspinwall.